festival Mahamahotsav ki jai. আপনারা সকলে উঠে দাঁড়ান এখন। Stand up. We'll have arati.
Jai Jagadis Zik. And look, I'm going to get it right this time. Vilasim. Listen again.
Varani and Mashinga. Mashinga and Varani.
Close enough. She's Vilasim for me. Their first time visiting Atlanta. So give them a nice welcome. And as you can see, where the heck all these mangoes come from? What's going on here? Is this Vegas? Is this the first time?
Mango Festival?
In Atlanta, at least.
Yeah, it's a new concept.
Spontaneous Hatiki.
Okay.
Last week, all of a sudden, we were sitting there. We're having Mango Festival. Of course, as you know, especially in West Bengal, it's a mango season, isn't it? And Prabhu is going to speak to us today about Mahaprabhu has very particular pastime. How many people have been on Navadvip Mandala Parikrama? Raise your hand. Okay, you all have to go at least one time. And they go to the place where Mahaprabhu had his pastime. So, of course, Iskcon, we have pastimes also. Srila Prabhupada has so many pastimes. So, His Grace Srutakirti will speak to us about all these wonderful pastimes today. Let's give them a nice welcome to the night.
Hare Krishna. Hare. And so go to do this chart because beginning to feel like home here. Just here a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I always see Sri Gauratai. You know, in our Iskcon society, of course, when you look at the deities here, you think they're all mixed up. Gauratai is always the first. Which you see. Prabhupada made a program in Vrindavan. My wife and I, we've been living in Vrindavan for the last 5 years. Ram Navami, this April coming, 2025 will be the 50th anniversary. So we have Krishna Balaram there, presiding deities. They have very big plans. What I see, the Lord in the temple is very special. And that's why Gauratai here, they're in the center. This is their temple. They're in charge here, Sri Gauratai. Prabhupada knew it right away. As soon as he came here, they're in charge. And Prabhupada, he just went into ecstasy seeing them. It was somehow or other, I was here for that. And also for the opening of the Krishna Balaram Mandir. So there, of course, the natural sequence is you go Guru Garanga altar. So Srila Prabhupada is there on the altar, along with his Guru Maharaj. Side by side, they're there on the altar, and then Gauratai. 1975, Prabhupada opened the temple in Vrindavan. He put himself on the altar. Who could do such a thing? Somebody's calling. And Srila Prabhupada is our founder Acharya. Acharya, Guru of the whole world. He understood what he had done. Prabhupada coming to the West. Last weekend, we were in New York City for Rath Yatra Festival. And I was seeing, Prabhupada went to New York. Everywhere Srila Prabhupada went is a tirtha. I say we live in Vrindavan because it's a tirtha. Because Krishna, all his friends, relatives, mother, father, brother, sister, everybody they walked in Vrindavan, it's a tirtha. But New York City, Prabhupada spent a few years in New York City, walking around. Just walking around New York City, it's why it's still so vibrant. Devotee sells 20 books at a time and gets paid for them. Not these aren't donated books that he gives away. People are buying these books. Because all I can understand is due to Prabhupada's presence, it purifies the atmosphere. Atlanta, it's like that. Prabhupada came here in Atlanta. I said, he just looked at these deities 1 year after they were installed. Prabhupada, of course, was in love with them, fell in love with them. So, this place is very special. I just want to say I'm very happy to be here again. Vedaswara Prabhu, Sikhi Mahiti Prabhu, and all of you for allowing us to come here and be part of a very special festival in a very special land here, New Panihati. Oh, I'm going to need my phone back. We're going to start off. Just as the inauguration, we're going to explain, of course, where Chaitanya himself started this festival, Mango Festival. You know, I was with Srila Prabhupada, again, 1975, and in Vrindavan, so many festivals are going on. Every day we turn around, there's some kind of a festival. And not all of them necessarily did Prabhupada place in the Iskcon way back then. So the devotee said, Prabhupada, they're having festival today. He says, is today a festival day? Of course, we always liked festival days because we would get lots and lots of prasadam. We were all young men and women. We liked lots and lots of prasadam. So the devotee says, today a festival day? Prabhupada said, every day is a festival day. And way back in the beginning, he mentioned one festival you can have. He said, every day you should have festivals. Bring everyone, come worship the Lord, pay their respects to the Lord, take some prasadam, hear a little philosophy. He said, every day. I think in the last 2 years, we've been to more mango festivals than I was 50 years. I never went to everywhere mango festivals. And that's a good thing. We know King of Fruits. When Prabhupada, one evening he told me a little story. I told you the best time with Prabhupada, all the time was the best time. But amongst the best time was nighttime, when he was in his bedroom and I would massage his leg and feet. And sometimes he would just talk very, very sweetly. Wasn't usually you would hear philosophy. He would tell you things. He would tell you about his childhood. And the one day, he talked an hour about his childhood when he was just 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old. All from one thing. He had puffed rice in the evening. And that puffed rice, then he remembered his mother making him puffed rice. So from that one thing, he went on telling so many things. One of the things he said we weren't wealthy, not like millionaire wealthy. He said, but we had everything we needed. He said in mango season, in the kitchen there would be a basket full of mangoes. He said, and my sister and I, his sister, his younger sister, they were close. All the time they were close. He said we would play, and we'd be running through the house, upstairs, downstairs, on the roof. He said, and we'd go through the kitchen and I'd grab a mango. He said, I didn't have to ask, can I have a mango? He said they were there. We had everything. He said, we have everything we needed. My father provided. He said, so we could just take the mangoes. Mangoes in our Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, there's a place there for mangoes. We talk about mangoes. I was on an airplane with Prabhupada. This was the trip. We went to Melbourne. My friend and I, we carried Radha and Krishna, Bali Vardhan, He carried marble Krishna deity this big, and I carried Radharani. We literally brought them from Mumbai on the plane, stopped in Sydney, and then went to Melbourne. And we had to carry them with us inside on the plane, put them down in the seats. So it was unusual because the window seat was always Prabhupada. And I always sat beside him. But now I wasn't sitting beside him. He had Radharani next to him. And then I was sitting next to Radharani at the aisle seat. She had her seatbelt on. And then we stopped in Sydney in transit to change planes, and we had to get out of the plane. And Prabhupada and I are sitting on chairs at the gate in the transit lounge. We're just sitting on the chairs, and Radharani's in the chair, Krishna's in the chair. And as we're sitting for the next flight, and I wasn't thinking anything. And Prabhupada looked at me. He said, Krishna is very pleased with your service. Just because I was carrying Radharani to Melbourne. And Prabhupada said it very factually. I could understand Krishna was pleased, because I heard it from my spiritual master. I heard it from Srila Prabhupada. Krishna is very pleased with this service you're doing. And I thought, how easy it is to please Krishna. Not a difficult thing. Sometimes we have a tendency, and that's mentioned in the Nectar of Instruction, the tendency following so many rules and regulations. But to understand why, the purpose. It's not just a mundane military, yes sir, no sir. No, develop love of Krishna. So seeing Prabhupada say this simple lifestyle, he said, we just come eat mangoes. Of course I know Prabhupada liked mangoes. In Hawaii, the temple there, when they knew Prabhupada was coming, they filled up one room. It was like a pyramid of coconuts for drinking while he was there. And then next to that, there would be another big pile of mangoes. Very nice mangoes. Prabhupada said in Hawaii, he said, you can live here simply eating mango, drink milk. He said nothing else. Mango and milk. He said that's a yogi diet. Mango and milk. We recently found out, it's a little off the case, but during mango season, at the end of the mango season, we buy kgs and kgs of mangoes, we skin them, cut them, and freeze them. And then you mix the frozen mango with cold milk. First class. Perfect food. Mango's hot, milk is cold, acts cold. So they kind of neutralize each other. And you can live like a yogi. So going to Australia, then we had to go through customs. Australia has the most difficult customs in the world. If you've ever been to Australia, you might have experienced it. They take all kinds of things off of you. They've taken devotees' japa beads from them, made from a wood, we don't know. This wood could be contaminated. They take japa beads sometimes. So we went there with Prabhupada, and they stopped us at customs. Why? We had mangoes, fresh mangoes. Near us, there was another person going through customs. He had salted, dried out meat. So Prabhupada's standing there, always seeing. Prabhupada sees everything going on. He knows everything everyone's doing, everything you're thinking, why you're doing it. And he's just watching. And then the customs is, sorry, you can't bring these mangoes in here. It could have contamination. We got into the car. Prabhupada said, just see, nice fresh mangoes. They won't let you bring it in. 100-year-old meat, that's okay, let it in the country. Prabhupada saw everything, very differently than most of us. And he said that many times. I heard him tell that story. Nice, fresh mango. And they say you can't bring that into our country. So that was Australia. And we know Prabhupada's spiritual master, as Prabhupada told us that story a few times. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, how old was he? 7. I think he was younger. Anyway, he was very young. He was a young boy. And he went, just like Prabhupada described, he went and he grabbed a mango. And his father, who's his father? Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What a family. And his father said, oh, it's not been offered. He said, you committed offense. Prabhupada said, his father jokingly said, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur never ate a mango his whole life because that one little innocent mistake as a child. Mango. Said everyone likes mangoes. Most mangoes. Coming here, I said, when you drive down from North Carolina, you're still in North Carolina, I think, but there's one big water tower. They have it painted like a big peach. And it looks like a round peach there. And I told her, I said, Georgia peaches. I said, they're as good as any mango. The Georgia, if you get a good Georgia peach, I remember growing up there, it was so wonderful. I haven't had any peaches here, so I don't know. But the mangoes, imagine, he never touched mangoes. Yeah, Vaishnava, the things they can do. Only want to serve Krishna. So, Siki Mahiti, he's given us this. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. This will give us a little background about mango festivals. And my Gurnatai here, I think he started an annual festival for you all. This mango festival, you'll have to add to your calendar now every year. So this is from Amargat, is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, 17th chapter, verse 79 onwards. One day, the Lord performed Sankirtan with his devotees. And when they were greatly fatigued, they sat down. This is what they did every day, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda's associates. They went out and chanted Hare Krishna every day. This is what Srila Prabhupada did. There's one letter from Srila Prabhupada. He talks about how special Harinam Sankirtan is. And he told one of his editors, this was way back in 1969, he told his editor, you must go out every day in the Sankirtan party. He said, even at the cost of letting go of other things. He said, even if you can't edit, which was one of the most important services there was, he said, you have to go out on the Sankirtan party. This is Lord Chaitanya's mission. So after they all got tired, they chanted until they got tired. And they sat down. What did Lord Chaitanya do? He grabbed a mango seed and he just pushed it into the ground. Immediately the seed fructified into a tree and began to grow. As people looked on, the tree became fully grown. The fruits fully ripened. Everyone was struck with wonder. The Lord himself, Lord Chaitanya, immediately picked about 200 of the mangoes. We have 2,000, I think, today. He washed them all and he offered them to Krishna to eat. We wash all our mangoes. The fruits were all red and yellow. had no seeds, no skin. It was all pulp. The whole mango was pulp. Eating one fruit would immediately fill a man's belly. Seeing the quality of the mangoes, the Lord was very satisfied. And after eating first, he fed all the other devotees. They had no seeds or skins. They were full of nectarine juice and were so sweet, a man would be fully satisfied eating one. In this way, fruits grew on the tree every day. For how long? What was that story? For a whole year, for 12 months, it provided these fruits. These are the confidential pastimes of the son of Sachi. Other than devotees, no one knows of this incident. Prabhupada says in the purport, non-devotees cannot believe this incident, yet the place where the tree grew still exists in Mayapur. It's called Amargat, or Amagat. And then there's directions. So if you ever go to Mayapur, you want directions.
But the curriculum goes in.
Yeah, it says, turn right at Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house and go down the same road. You'll see a railway line on the right of the road, and after a few kilometers, a signboard, Amgat Railway Station. It was so famous. Immediately after that, on the left, is the Mango Grove. It's about 20 minutes by rickshaw from Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house. So now, all over, as Prabhupada desired, festivals. Always have festivals. I'm beginning to understand more and more. When I traveled with Prabhupada a long time, so every day literally was a festival. I didn't understand at the time because I was with him every day, but I could see everyone just seeing Prabhupada's presence, just hearing from him. So Prabhupada enjoyed all kinds of fruits. Also in Australia, once, and it was my first time I saw this fruit. I was thinking the first time I ever had a mango was with Srila Prabhupada. I was already 21 years old before I had my first mango. And that was in Juhu. And like I say, mangoes are hot. We would have a problem back then sometimes. We would eat so many mangoes. What happens when you overheat the body? Boils. Anyone, if you've ever had a boil, not fun. Not fun at all. Very, very painful. And they can pop up anywhere. And they usually pop up in the most difficult of places, even in your, right? In your armpit here, and they're always, but that's from eating too many mangoes. That can happen. So in Australia, one person they gave me back then, I remember in Sydney, it was, what did they call it? They called it, I guess it was passion fruit. In Hawaii we call it lilikoi, yeah, lilikoi in Hawaii. It's a very wonderful fruit, unusual kind of size of a lemon, yellow in color, smooth skin. So anyway, I brought it to Srila Prabhupada along with his fruits. Every morning he ate fruit. Whatever local fruits were available, he would eat. So it was pineapple, apple. And he would always say, if you didn't, why didn't you take off the packaging? Packaging meant the skin. So we would give him an apple with the skin on it. He'd say, why you give me with the packaging? So we would peel everything. We would peel all the fruits. So that day I went in the morning and his fruits were there, apple, papaya, whatever. And then there was this funny fruit cut in half. It was a passion fruit, lilikoi. And again, if you cut it in half, it kind of has a thick skin, And then there's these little black seeds, not too little, very visible, and this jelly-like orange in color. So I put it on Prabhupada's plate with his other fruits, half a dozen fruits. Immediately, Prabhupada, what is that? Because I never saw it before. I said, oh, Prabhupada. I said, that's passion fruit. He looked at me. Will it make me passionate? Prabhupada had a very wonderful sense of humor. I didn't know what to say. I just laughed because he was being funny. Passionate, devotee, transcendental. Prabhupada had some transcendental passion sometimes. Definitely saw that with Srila Prabhupada. So that was every morning, his fruits. And of course, in Juhu, we would get mangoes. Alfonso mangoes, and they're world-renowned. I won't tell you the last one I had. It was terrible, but anyway, I don't know what's happened over the years. Who knows? But very, very wonderful mangoes. And juices. Prabhupada also liked juices. We hear many things. Prabhupada said, don't do this. Prabhupada said, don't do that. Prabhupada said, corn is for horses. Oats are for horses. In New Vrindavan, they would give them corn. Farm. West Virginia, you grew corn. That's what you, corn and hay for the animals. Prabhupada ate it. Very nice. But then he would say, would you like it today? No, that's okay. Prabhupada liked rice, chapatis, dal, sabji. Sabji, I cook that every day. Rice, chapatis, fresh, hot chapatis, puffed up with ghee. Ghee had to be on it. And all the vegetables, the sabjis, ghee, chunks made with ghee. Every sabji. Prabhupada said, Tamal Krishna said to Prabhupada, if you know Tamal Krishna way back when, same thing, 1975. Prabhupada, you say ghee is for the inside of the body, and oil for the outside of the body. Prabhupada said, yes. Prabhupada took massage every day. Mustard oil all over his body. Sandalwood oil on the head, mustard oil on the rest of the body. So Prabhupada said, yes. He said, well, Prabhupada, this was in Calcutta. He said, Prabhupada, all these Bengalis, they all cook in mustard oil. Prabhupada said, oh, very tasty. His sister. I told you in that evening, Prabhupada talked about his childhood. Prabhupada had a very wonderful childhood. He had his father and mother loved him very, very much. That you could see. He would go everywhere with his father. He'd go shopping with his father. His mother, Mataji, that night he said to me, that whole night started out, he called me in his room at 8 o'clock. He said, you can make muri, puffed rice. And then he looked at me. He said, last night, I had puris, sabji. He's saying 9 o'clock at night, Prabhupada was eating. He said, and it was difficult for me to get up and do my translating work. At midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning after having puris and sabji. He said it was difficult. He said, so tonight, make me muri. Man, all he ever thought about was his service, how something was going to affect his service, which was translating, his translating. So that's what I did. I mean, it was very simple. Some peanuts, you make a little chunks, ghee, then some peanuts, and all the puffed rice. So now we're in the bedroom, and I'm massaging, always doing my service. If I was with him, I was doing my service, something. And I'm massaging his legs. And he said, my mother was a first-class cook. So as soon as he said that, I could understand he'd gone somewhere. Prabhupada could take you, he could take you anywhere with the way he spoke. The difference when you're self-realized soul. So Prabhupada said, everything personal. Everything personal. And when he spoke, you could feel personal. You could feel what he was saying. And he would speak. He would change his voice to all the characters. We know we talked about Shakespeare, right? Now 2 people on a stage with no. He said, you don't need anything, just a chair. He said, but because of how they speak, how they are, he said, everything is perfect. Prabhupada was like that. When he would speak, he could take you with him. Like on a magic carpet ride. Yeah? When I was a kid, that's what we knew about India. Magic carpets. That's what. So, but he could take you on such a ride. And I'm massaging. And then he said, my mother was first-class cook. She would make puffed rice. She would puff the rice. He described the walk. So he's just a young boy, but he's everything he's seen. Described the walk, putting the sand in the walk, making all hot everything, special kind of rice. And then he said, my sister, she's also personal. Didn't miss a point. My mother showed her. Everything personal. And I'm just doing my service. That's our connection, service. Then he said, I'm also a first-class cook. He said, but I learned just by watching. Not that his mother taught him, but just by watching. And he said that a few times. He would know how to do something just by watching. Watching, if he'd done once, that's all he needed. Then he talked about how they would have like block parties. Everyone makes a preparation, they would all come together. So this was his childhood. This is 1900, early 1900s. This is how life was in Calcutta. And he would make a point saying even Hindus and Muslims, they were friendly. There was no animosity was there. This was all created. Later on, created. And then he said, my father, he said one time I wanted puris. I told my mother, this is nighttime, just like what he did with me, 9 o'clock at night, puris and sabji. One night he said to me, potato eggplant. I can't think of a heavier subject to eat. Potatoes and eggplant and puris. And then sleep for 2 hours. This is what Prabhupada could do. He said, and I told my mother, I want puris. She said, no. She said, too late. I'll make muri. No. One thing, if you don't know anything about Prabhupada, no is not an answer. To refuse him, you couldn't refuse anything. Many of you must know, we're speaking about what? Chaitanya Charitamrita. How many volumes? Who knows how many volumes Chaitanya Charitamrita? 17. All of you should know this. You should have read all 17 by now. 17 volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada had done all the translation work for 17 volumes. None of them were in print. Not one. It took him over a year. But during that time, his disciples hadn't put anything in print. And he was on a morning walk in Los Angeles. And he said, so, these 17 volumes, Chaitanya Charitamrita, he was very eager to have Lord Chaitanya's pastimes there for everyone. He says none of them are done. He said, I want them all printed. I want it finished in 2 months. Rameshwar, he was head of the BBT. Radha Ballabha was there with him. They were all part of the BBT. Prabhupada said, I want it in 2 months. So they started talking to him. They're lucky if they could do 1 book in 2 months. Prabhupada told them 17 volumes. Done. So Rameshwar said, Prabhupada, he said, that's impossible. The walk stopped. Prabhupada stopped right in his tracks. He looked at him. Who knows what he said? Impossible is a word in a fool's dictionary. They got those 17 volumes done in 2 months. By Srila Prabhupada's desire, by his desire. Anything can happen. There's no impossible for a devotee. Vrindavan Temple, 50th anniversary coming up. What did Prabhupada write in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam? One of his very last things he said on tape. He said there was an empty place and the devotee desired, let there be a temple here. He didn't say, I wanted a temple here. No, that's not Vaishnava. A devotee. He was the devotee. A devotee desired Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan. They feed 30,000 people a day, khichdi there, every day, even it's 120 degrees out. Every day, 30,000 people go to that temple just to get a bowl of khichdi. What the speakers say, Gurnitai, Krishna Balaram. When I see Gurnitai here, I see Krishna Balaram. They bring us back and forth. We're waiting to get back there. So his mother 3 times, I want puris. She said, no, I'll make you. So the 3rd time, he said, I want puris. And he said, my father said, if he wants puris, give him puris. I'm massaging him. And then Prabhupada looked at me, he said, perhaps my father knew. That's all he said. Perhaps my father knew. Prabhupada knew. Prabhupada knew what he was doing. Prabhupada knew he was empowered. Prabhupada could understand. That's why when he came here in 1975, he was in ecstasy all the time. Day after day, week after week, because he saw 10 years on, devotees are chanting Hare Krishna all over the world. It's what they all wanted, every Vaishnava wanted, and he did it. And he said, perhaps my father knew. There were rare moments he would say any such thing. The person who put himself on the altar of Krishna Balaram, so everybody could pray there to Prabhupada, please save me. Please save me from this world, this material world. So much compassion. And the power to free us all from our desires. We see that, how Prabhupada empowers these deities. I didn't know until I got to Vrindavan some years ago. Krishna Balaram, they're very selfish. Krishna is. He wants all of our worship. He wants us only thinking about Him, playing with Him, serving Him, whatever it may be, always about Him. We see that in Vrindavan. This has been my experience in 5 years. Like a drug. You do a little bit, and they give you pleasure. You do some service and you feel so happy. Then you do a little more service. But they'll always let you know there's more. You can do more. We're not finished yet. We haven't taken everything away from you yet. We gave you a nice life, now you just surrender. That's what Prabhupada said here, right there, sitting on that Vyasasan. Krishna requires you surrender. But Lord Chaitanya, you're very fortunate you have him in the center there. He's your centerpiece. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda. They're very merciful, Prabhupada said. Even you make some mistake accidentally, they don't care. They'll give you love of Godhead to this Sankirtan movement. We were in last week, was it last weekend? Anyway, June 7th, June 8th, Rath Yatra in New York. We were going around with Radhanath Maharaj. So they have George Washington Park. That's where the festival ends. They set up the whole Vedic village, everything was there. So Prabhupada, before he even went to Tompkins Square Park, he went to George Washington Park and chanted. He sat there on the lawn with his new disciples, still hair, pants, shirt like that, long hair, whatever. They had no rules or regulations. It was the very beginning he had the group. Up till that point, they had already chanted in the temple. So Prabhupada said he wanted to go out. They wrote, no, you're going to go out, chant Hare Krishna in front of people. Much like it is today. Everybody in the temple chanting Hare Krishna. Outside, not so much. No. Prabhupada said, all right, we're going out to the park. And they sat down and they chanted on the lawn. And after some time, policemen came up and said, no one's allowed to sit on the lawn. So Prabhupada, being perfect gentleman, Vaishnavi, okay. Then he went, brought the crew, and they all sat on the concrete. And they continued chanting. So that was 1966. In 1966, they were kicking the devotees out of George Washington Park. Now they can't wait for the devotees to come into George Washington Park. All the police are there happy, getting prasad. So that's how things have changed. By one pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada. Pure devotee. Mango. You say mango is sweet. And it becomes sweeter. Sukadev Goswami, Sukadev, becomes touched. Everything Prabhupada touched. We would do anything to get a piece of prasadam from his plate. Being on his plate was one thing, but if you saw teeth marks in it, then you knew it was very sweet. Not always. Once we would do anything to get Prabhupada's Mahaprasadam. When I was a servant one day, a devotee came up to me. He offered me $100. This was 1975. I'm thinking, boy, I should have taken it. He offered me, it's like $1,000. He offered me $100. He said, give me all Prabhupada's Mahaprasadam. I looked at him. I said, that's not what we do. I went around. I made sure he didn't get any prasad. He still doesn't talk to me. A little bit from Srila Prabhupada. We have things, I didn't bring it. We should bring Prabhupada's slippers here, huh? Yeah, somebody can get at some point. Varani. No? She can get? Okay. we have Prabhupada's slippers here. So we're going to let everybody get some special mercy today from Prabhupada's slippers. He wore them. Also 1975, a very good year, 1975. He wore them on a Japan Airlines flight. Back then they would give you a little thingy, you open it up, you had slippers, socks, mask, earplugs, toothpaste. So I took Prabhupada's shoes off and I put these slippers on. So you're going to see these slippers in a little bit. So, the mango? The mango group, thank you, Siki Mahiti. When I was with Prabhupada and people still stop there, we go from Calcutta to Mayapur. So this was 1973. This was going to be my first trip everywhere. This was my first trip to Calcutta and then the first trip to Mayapur. So the road to Mayapur, 4 hours from Calcutta to Mayapur. Now it's 4 hours.
No traffic.
Huh?
No traffic and no traffic.
Yeah, it took 4 hours, and it still takes 4 hours from Calcutta to Mayapur. So Prabhupada would leave early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. That's a good time to travel, right away, early in the morning, especially because it's always hot. And he stopped halfway. Halfway there, it was just out in the country, but there was a mango grove. And there was about 50 mango trees, all young trees. Anyway, somehow or other the devotees discovered this place. So that became the traditional where we stop on the way to Mayapur, and Prabhupada would sit with the devotees. The first time I went with him, I told you, he was 5, so by the time we get to the mango grove, it's 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and he made us do Mangal Artik. The program. Prabhupada always had the program. Didn't matter if you're in a temple, you're in a house, you're under a tree. Morning program. Most important. Morning program. And I had just become his servant not long ago. And I remember that first time, and I was arranging and sitting in front of him, and he told me to lead the kirtan. He was saying what it's like being with Prabhupada 24/7, every minute of the day for some years. We say, of course, no pain, no gain. It was ecstatic. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to be with pure devotee. When you're not pure devotee, to be with pure devotee is not an easy thing. He didn't give us opportunities for Maya. The whole business of Guru is to keep you out of Maya. That's their duty. And they'll do whatever they have to. I told you, we were never chastised as a group, his entourage, more than for sleeping too much. And I can tell you, at least a dozen times where he would ring the bell, "Where's everyone?" Because he knew we were sleeping. And his duty was to wake us up in every way. In the most simple way, the most profound way, to wake us up. We can wake up just by eating these mangoes, just by eating mango prasadam. Right before he came here, he was in Miami. And again, at the Vyasa, he was surrounded by his disciples. And he said, "Most of you all come because of the prasadam." And everybody just smiled. Then he looked at Abhiram, he was the temple president. He said, "You came, right, because of the prasadam." "Yes, Prabhu." So that's part of our program. We can go on. You can manage this. We have 2 slippers in here. We'll give one for the ladies that they can do and one for the men. Is that okay? And you can manage that. In the meantime, if anyone has any questions, comments or suggestions? Recipes with mangoes? In Hawaii, first Govinda's restaurant, we had one preparation, mango cream pie. We would have devotees come in and they would buy the whole pie. The whole pie, that was devotees, and they would eat the whole pie. Mango cream pie. Okay.
Great Srutakirti prabhu ki! Thank you so much for coming. It was all last minute. As we did it spontaneous hunting. So actually I called him on Friday. I said, we're thinking who's going to speak, and your name popped into my heart, so please come. So
I thought he was calling just to ask me how I was. And then he came clean and he said, well, if I'm calling you, you know I want something.
Sneaky meaky, right? Anyways, we were so grateful for you coming so last minute. And you need to realize also, he doesn't have a job, he doesn't work. So he's vanaprastha. Saying that's very easy. Everybody other than if he helps, but if you all can also maybe give a little help for him, it'd be greatly appreciated too. So we're going to turn program over to, you stay there for Vedasara after the mini aarti and everything. You come up and you get this mercy of Srila Prabhupada's shoes that he wore. Okay, you like to do that? And then I think they have some system that comes up where you can take some mangoes home also. And of course we're going to give the first set of mangoes off the stage. His Grace Srutakirti prabhu ki!
Srila Prabhupada ki! I could not hear you. I'm a little deaf in my old age. Srila Prabhupada ki! Srila Prabhupada ki! Mango Festival ki! So this is our first annual Mango Festival. And as we know, Srutakirti Prabhu was very nicely explaining to us that every day in the life of a devotee is going to be a festival. So just keep in mind, you are here for the first Mango Festival in New Panihati Dham. Generations down, you can tell them you were at the Atlanta New Panihati Dham first Mango Festival. And we only had 2,000 mangoes. Because every year the mango festivals will get bigger and bigger. There will be more tropical fruits from all over the world. We were just envisioning what this festival will look like. Just like Panihati Festival started with just chip rice and yogurt. And then now we have 156 different varieties of chip rice. So this mango festival will also expand into a massive tropical mango and other fruit festival. So thank you all for coming. I just wanted to announce we have two devotees that I would like you to come forward. You were sponsoring the Sunday feast, and then we'll sit together, have a nice ecstatic kirtan and some announcements, and then you'll get the blessings of Srila Prabhupada's shoes. That's no joke. Srila Prabhupada wore these shoes every day, and you get to put those shoes. Srutakirti Prabhu, who carried those shoes for Srila Prabhupada, will place them on your head. So you have the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So I'd like to first request Sanjoy and Robina Ghosh and family to please come forward to perform the Arati. Sanjay and Robina Ghosh, please come forward. Are you here? Raise your hand if you're here. They're not here yet. Okay. The next one we have Uttam Kumar Das and Mithali Das. Please come forward to perform the Arati. So please face the lordships. Can you hit the harmonium? We'll do a kirtan, and then we'll all come forward to take the blessings. Messages only. Prabhuji. Together. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. A little louder, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, seats.
Sit down.
Prabhupada ki! Srila Prabhupada ki! I still couldn't hear you. Srila Prabhupada ki! Okay. I was trying to see if we could glorify Srila Prabhupada louder than all the other voices in the temple. Uttam Kumar Das and his wife Mitali Das, they're sponsoring the Sunday feast. Their mother, her mother, Priti Rani Song. She left this world on June the 15th, 2024. And so, obviously, the best place to celebrate the departure of any soul or the arrival of any soul is in front of Krishna. And what better place than an Iskcon temple? This is where Srila Prabhupada invited Krishna to come all the way from the spiritual world. And because Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee, then Krishna is bound by the love to show up. So we are very happy to pray for her mother, Priti Rani Shom, that she attains the lotus feet of the Lordship Shri Radha Madan Mohan. So I'm going to request all of you to please raise all four of your arms, including your two invisible ones. Please raise them as high as you possibly can. And together we're going to pray for Priti Rani Shom. Together, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Hare Krishna. They're here? Okay. Sanjay and Ravina Ghosh, please come forward. So Sanjay and Ravina Ghosh, they are sponsoring the feast. Ranjana. I'm simply reading what is on this piece of paper. So, Ranjana Ghosh, right? So you can get one more garland, the birthday. Who's the birthday girl?
That's her birthday.
So they're sponsoring the Sunday feast to celebrate the birthday of Ria. And what a wonderful way to celebrate your birthday. In front of all the devotees to get their blessings and in front of their worships. And to feed all of you Krishna Prasadam. So we're going to sing happy birthday to Ria. Are you all ready? She's celebrating her sweet 16th birthday. She's going on to 24. And we're celebrating her 16th. Her name is Ria. Are you all ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ria. Happy birthday to you. Please raise both your hands and you have to swing. Ready? No, you gotta swing first and I'll start. You have to swing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare everyone to raise your forearms, 2 visible ones and 2 invisible ones. Please raise them high. And we're going to pray for Ria. Ria, do you want some prayers? What kind of prayers would you like? She wants a good job. What better job than being a devotee of Krishna? Promotions. Krishna fulfills all desires, material and spiritual desires. So let us pray for her. Together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So, this festival, the mango festival or the fruit festival, those of you who missed the beautiful narration of the pastimes that took place in Amghata. Amghata is a place that falls actually in Godrum Dweep. I still think it's part of Godrum Dweep, is bordering another island of Navadvip. So that mango tree that Mahaprabhu personally planted, seedless, skinless, juicy mangoes, gives mangoes all throughout the year. So this festival is in celebration of that beautiful pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he personally encouraged all the devotees to relish. Grow your own fruit trees in your backyard, especially mango trees. Think of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and eat a lot of mangoes. So this festival that you see will continue every year from here onwards. And we encourage all of you to eat as many mangoes as you possibly can. We have over 2,000 mangoes now. So it's very important that all of you please relish the prasadam. And Lakshmana Prabhu, because he is originally a Bengali Vaishnava, is always thinking of Mahaprabhu's pastimes, so he told me that we have to do this mango festival, and I was thinking, what would it look like? And then for 1 week I kept meditating and reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita and trying to find Prabhupada's stories, and Srutakirti Prabhu so nicely shared so many stories of Srila Prabhupada, personally having such close attachment and affinity to relishing mangoes. And so even on his way from Calcutta to Mayapur, there is a mango orchard. The Srila Prabhupada sat under those mango trees. There were little mango trees, but lots of mangoes. And now those trees, mango trees, have become massive. And some devotee bought that place where Srila Prabhupada had rested. So, we're very grateful that we continue to have many creative festivals just on beautiful pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lakshmana Prabhu for reminding us and coming up with this idea. So where is God? Let's pray for Lakshmana Prabhu. He has more festival ideas. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So just 2 other quick announcements. We are celebrating the opening of our Sunday school. It has been long due. Many of you have children, many of you have gone to Sunday schools here. Anyone who has children, raise your hand. Doesn't matter how old they are. Even if they're 50 years old, if you have children, raise your hand. So, the Sunday school that we used to do here, so many children were exposed to Krishna at a very young age in various ways that they have never forgotten. I know that one of these ladies came from Emory, and she came into the temple. I haven't seen her ever. And when she came, I asked her, have you been to this temple before? She said, yes. I said, when was the last time you were in this temple? She said, when she was 6 years old. 6 years old. She came to this temple with her parents, and she was at a Sunday school. in Iskcon Atlanta temple. And I said, what made you just suddenly show up? And she said, I was walking around and then all of a sudden I had a flashback of my childhood and good memories of my childhood. And what were those memories? The memories of chanting and dancing in the Sunday school and hearing different pastimes of Krishna. So basement is almost ready. Deadline was supposed to be this Sunday, but we were not able to get it done because as we started the renovation in the Sunday school, the basement, as you know, is half the building. So there's a lot of things newer things that came out, and finally the whole basement is almost ready to go. And many of you have personally contributed to fixing the basement. Can I see a show of hands who contributed last week for the basement renovation? It's a little higher. Don't be shy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 devotees here. And anyone else would like to contribute towards fixing the basement? Anything? Everyone is thinking. What I'll let you do is I'll let you go and see it for yourself when it's fully ready. And whatever inspires you, please come and let us make a facility where children will have memories that can carry them throughout their lives, and especially in difficult situations. We have incredible teachers. Priti Vilasini Mataji, can you raise your hand? She's all the way in the back. Urjeshwari Mataji, can you please come to the front? Kamalakshi Mataji, because not everybody can see you. Kamalakshi Mataji. And Vaishnavi Mataji. Where is Vaishnavi Mataji? Oh, she's in India. Okay. So you see these 3 gopis of Krishna. Can you see them? So what I recommend, if you have children and you want them to remember Krishna, you want to go and meet these 3 ladies. Because they will make sure your children remember Krishna throughout their lives. It's very important. Most of us don't realize. We take our children and we put them in a school. We have no idea who those teachers are, what their characters are. We have no idea. We just put them in schools. And here in this new Panihati Dham, you'll get to meet the teachers. These are people who have raised kids and have deep spiritual foundations. And I will also be joining in the Sunday school, teaching children, because I spent almost 12 years of my life as the principal of the school in Mayapur, raising hundreds of children from the age of 5 to 18. So I will also join them, not every Sunday, but I'll definitely also join them to make sure that children get an exposure to Krishna, who is so loving and so kind, who is the Lord of our hearts. So I recommend all of you, please see one of the 3 of them, or see Srutakirti Prabhu or myself, and give us the names, because right now we're going to start with limited capacity, because we don't want to just fill up the whole Sunday school and not be prepared. So we're going to start with 30 kids. That is our capacity at first. So if you have children, please register with those 3 beautiful teachers, and you'll get more details in your emails and in the WhatsApp group of the full curriculum that you'll get in the Sunday school. You'll notice that many kids in Iskcon now, at the age of 5, 6, 7, they recite Bhagavad Gita so nicely in the lead kirtans. And very soon, New Panihati Dham, in 2025, we'll have a children's kirtan mela. That your children will come and lead kirtan, and the whole world will watch it online and in person and participate. Those are spiritual memories we would like to give those children. So if you have children, please register them for 2025 Kirtan Mela for children. That includes them being trained in the Sunday school. They will learn how to play all the instruments. They will learn how to sing. and they will learn more than you can imagine. They will learn to love Krishna at a very young age. If you have not had this opportunity, it is your duty to get the children to have that opportunity. It is very important. Many of us in our old age did not get an opportunity to be exposed to Krishna at a very young age, but your children have the right and they have the opportunity now. So Sandipani Muni Sunday School ki jai, Urjeshwari Mataji ki jai, Priti Vilasini Mataji ki jai, Kamalakshi Mataji ki jai. And please come and see Srutakirti Prabhu if you want to participate in helping to finish renovation of the Sunday school. So, there is many devotees who brought mangoes. Some brought 10 cases, 20 cases, some brought 1 case, whatever you brought. But there are some devotees. There is a Bengali Gita study group, 50 cases of mangoes they donated. I think Lakshmana Prabhu is in charge of the Bengali Gita study group. 50 cases. And Shubham and Vinod Sharma Prabhu, 10 cases of mangoes. Gopinath Prabhu, 10 cases of mangoes. Sridham Prabhu, 20 cases of mangoes. Vishwambar Prabhu, 20 cases of mangoes. And there are many other devotees who have brought many cases of mangoes that I don't have the full list for, but we will get it more together next year. So please look forward to next year's Mango Festival. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There will be bags of mangoes that you can grab from the pujaris. But as you come forward, please come and see Srutakirti Prabhu. You can have 2 lines, 3 lines. Just come and have mangoes. And come and see Srutakirti Prabhu and get the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. You can make a line here, get his mercy. Shrikamayanti Prabhu has...
Very quickly, before you get up, hold on. I know this, we didn't expect